teaching, which is if he's a real devotee, you could see through all the the veneer, the what do you call the theatrics here. It's all just theatric, just completely theatrical, man. You know, if you're not really clear and like Christian doesn't reveal it to you, the theatrics will bewilder you. They think, what is this guy's nuts? Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, it's just like and Uddhava asked who is a real devotee because the Vedas they weren't getting him really clear on it, and so that's why you usually need a personal explanation from a realized devotee to get through these things. See, it's in the Vedas, but who can ascertain these? You have to have a very deep person to resolve it. So again, so Krishna says, not all my devotees know exactly who I am, what I am, or how I exist. But if they worship me with this unalloyed love of God, they're the best of my devotees. Now, usually, if your devotion is awakened, is unalloyed, is pure, there's going to be symptoms. So that's what we're going to be looking for. You got to see, because Maya's, she can come off philosophical. You have to learn to discern who is just an intellectual, who's just a person memorized verses and all that, an actual devotee. And so, anyway, these kind of lessons, obviously, the Lord wants us to learn because He's sending different people. We have to see this as the will of God. And so, it's great. Give us something to challenge, a little challenge to deal with and to understand how the Lord, I mean, to me, that's what it's all about. I just love to know more about God. Don't you guys? I mean, isn't it nice to learn about His nature and who He is and what He is, everything about them? That's what we get here. I mean, I think we're all spoiled. I mean, the kind of depth of scripture that we understand here is, it's like it's hard to beat. You so, you know, but still, there might be devotees, and we have to look at the thing. Do they have the symptoms of this pure devotion, or are they just an intellectual scholar type thing? I think this Ramai has more. I mean, he has symptoms are one number, then he can recognize another devotee, and he's got and yeah, he's humble before real devotees, something like that. Um, so yeah, so it's like that. I'm here to teach the Bhagavatam really like as good as I call it. I call the shots as the Lord shows me. Uncompromising. But not everybody may do that. They might, because they like to. Maybe he follows the etiquette more. Some devotees may do that. The Lord also showed the example. He followed the etiquette. He gave respects to people who were guru aparades. Sometimes he would sit and just, psh, just, you just. the Lord he was spontaneous. You never know what he would do. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that, in regards to some people coming now. Isn't it nice? There's a story for everything in our Bhagavatam, you know, and these stories are important because they help resolve philosophical issues. You know, keep us. So, oh, greatly fortunate Uddhava, yeah, yeah, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are now praying for me to resume my residence. Isn't that interesting? The sages called him down, and the sages prayed that he go back. See, because they called the Lord to accomplish his mission, and then, okay, you can go back. And the Advaita did the same thing. He called the Lord and then sent him back at a certain point to resume his activities in Vaikuntha. See, so and why that's an interesting thing. Why would the Lord be sent back, right? And why would Jesus actually leave? Actually he resurrected. And they say, why did he leave? Because see, the thing is, they want to internalize this bhakti. See, that's what Jesus said. He says, I now the spirit is with you. He's the external manifestation of the super soul. See, he's with you. See, but he's going to be inside you. This is the important thing. And the same thing happened with Lord Chaitanya. He said the Dwaita sent him away. He called him and then sent him away. He said everybody is mad in ecstasy. You've turned everybody into madmen in Bengal over there. They're all chanting in ecstasy and all that. So okay, you can go back. That was the whole point of the Lord coming. He wanted to come and relish these mellows and teach them at the same time. Otherwise, he can't. He wasn't. Why would he be interested to live a dry life here in this world? That's the only real happiness is what he does in the spiritual world. See, thy will be done on earth as it is in Vaikuntha or Vrindavan. So that will, when it's here, is what liberates us. Who knows the will of the Lord like that? Well, only very deep devotees. That's why Jesus made that prayer, thy will be done on earth. Even Christians don't know the extent of that prayer that I've seen. I only know because, this contact with these amazing devotees and this amazing Lord Caitanya. You know, Otherwise I wouldn't have any idea of these things. These are all revelations, the revealed scriptures. See? And when love of God awakens in your heart, you can ascertain all these beautiful things. The Lord will show you if you're open to it. See? Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, we have that situation. That's why everything's so deep here. Yeah. Okay. Answering the prayer of Lord Brahma, I descended within this world along with my plenary portion, Lord Baladev. Answering the prayer of the Lord, I descended within this world along with my plenary portion, Lord Baladev, and performed various activities on behalf of the demigods. Hmm. I have now completed my mission here. So, yeah, see, what is the activity? He completed the mission he wanted. See, the demigods call them because they were big demons. I mean, huge. They were literally big. They were like giants, you know, and they had big powers back then. Huge. They could do amazing things. Um, Great disturbances to the mode of goodness, especially. The sages were trying to do like Vaidhi stuff, austerities and all that. I mean, this is beautiful stuff to do. This is godly. This is why it's good. You see, goodness, God, that's the best you got in this world. And so the demons became so strong, that they overcame the mode of goodness and the demigod types. Hint, hint, hint. You notice what's going on now? See? The demon is very strong now. See, this is forcing God's hand. Devotees are all calling for the Lord. They know. Christians, Vaishnava, anybody's a real Vaishnava would be calling for the Lord. I'm sure I'm calling for him every day. Oh, multiple times. See, because who but the Lord can rectify this situation? He has to either come himself in his body, or he has to empower somebody really strongly. Like poor Sharam was empowered with that hatchet, man. He just wiped out these persons. Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, I love the Bhagavatam because it reveals so many things about what's going on in the world. Otherwise, we can't know. It would be completely bewildering if we didn't have these Vedas. Christians are also, a lot of them are not clear. They wonder what the heck's going on here. It's just they have the scriptures. You see, their scriptures do describe to a large extent this time, so it gives them like some kind of something to hold on to. If you didn't have that, this would be very bewildering. Like what's going on in this world? See, it's complete. It's darkness. The scriptures are the light in this world. Most people can't see that light that clearly unless you have devotion, awaken, pure love. Then the Lord can help you from within to see these things. So unless you reach that point, that's what Prabhupada said, unless you reach the point of Majjamadikari, and a true Majjamadikari has this love awakened in them. That's the safe position. The Lord can now help you better. Otherwise, you can't connect. The inside you're built to be connected and protected. See, but you got to become a real devotee with real devotion. Otherwise, the Lord, he has to come. Most people are not like that. They're disconnected from their own super soul in the heart, more or less. Even on the level of being a demigod, there's maybe some light coming through, but usually not enough. See? So you need the devotees to come here to help protect the devotees. The Lord protects the devotees through his mature devotees. See, like the Lord descended with Baladev, right? Baladev is plenary portion, very intimate. Very, you notice, even Maria sees, it's got to be true. She says, this Nityananda, I don't see him, but he's like stuck together like glue to Lord Chaitanya. How could she know that? That's exactly Nityananda. He never leaves Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya comes, he comes as the brother or the plenary portion. They're stuck like glue together. And she saw it. I mean, there's no way she could. Stuff like that over and over again. Right? That's intimacy. That's a devotee. Devotee, that's how you learn the glories of Baladev is through a devotee stuck together like glue with the Lord. They're very close. You see the true nature of the Lord through those devotees. The Lord shines his light through them. See, what do you think Son of God is? See, the Son of God. See, the sun, the brightness, the conclusion, the understanding, the true knowledge of the Lord from experience of encountering the Lord very intimately. I have now completed my mission here. Now, due to the Brahmana's curse, the Yadu dynasty will certainly perish by fighting upon among themselves, and on the seventh day from today the ocean will rise up and inundate this city of Dwarka. Now, due to the Brahman's curse, the Yadu dynasty will certainly perish by fighting among themselves. And on the seventh day from today, the ocean will rise up and inundate this city of Dwarka. O saintly Uddhava, in the near future, I will abandon this earth, and then being overwhelmed by the age of Kali, the earth will be bereft of all piety. Wow, isn't that amazing? What a statement, man. This is so deep. In the near future, I will abandon this earth, and it will be devoid of all piety. The near future. But you notice? Ooh, Lord Chaitanya came back. He came back to this earth. His devotees did. Okay? That's why we have the. Can you imagine? We wouldn't have the Bhagavatam now. We wouldn't have any idea what devotion is. Okay? Even though it is still, it's because of the age of there's all these sections now. But look at the strength of bhakti. Look at the strength of the scriptures. Look at the strength of people believing in those who are dear to the Lord. Look at those who believe in Jesus. Look at those who believe in Krishna. Even in this age of Kali, and so it is. It's because, first of all, Jesus came, very powerful devotee of the Lord. And then Lord Chaitanya came, very powerful. Well, that's because he came in this special Kali Yuga. But when he left, that interim period, everything became dark, all kind of, darker. See, and people started to forget the pastimes of Krishna. See, and so the Lord came to reestablish those pastimes of Krishna and those holy places. See? And even that now is getting covered over. You notice you go to Vrindavan, look at all the externals going on, building and people into monies and making money and all that. That's the covering. See, that covers the pure devotion going on, all these things going on, building, making money. Maybe it's almost like going to the cities here, where everybody's into building and making money and all that stuff. So what we basically need, Krishna's pastimes are so covered and that connection is so deep that we need Lord Chaitanya's mercy, and that's what we have here. That's why, people come here, they get this mercy, special mercy, special ecstasy that we can understand what we understand. That's why we understand things that most of the devotees don't understand. And that's what's becoming clear is how important this people are to come here and get this mercy. Otherwise, look at their struggles. Look at it where they're so external, so Vaidhi-ish, so ceremonial, so external, still coarse, hard-hearted, you know, because they need this mercy. That's what I'm seeing. That's why it's getting so clear. I mean, it's clear to me like, wow, we got a mission here. That people have to come here if they want this mercy, if they want more depth with Krishna, if they want more than just external ceremonies and rituals and all of that. I see these people doing these new age rituals. It's so boring. And same thing when I see people doing, it's so external, so boring. I've always liked intimacy. That was what attracted me to Krishna. I like that. I chanted Hare Krishna. Immediately, I felt this devotion away. Wow, I think I like this path, man. And I read these books. This beautiful. No, it's like to me, that's the beauty of Krishna is conclusive truth. That's what I see as beauty. You know. People might be looking, oh, so beautiful. Look at the flowers. And I look at no, look at this truth of God. Ooh, just gorgeous, man. It's a 10. It's a number 10. I will abandon the earth, then being overwhelmed by the age of Kali. The earth will be bereft of piety. You notice when devotees are here, that's when the Lord comes. You can see a devotee is special. See, and you feel, wow, oh, wow, I got shelter here, man. A devotee is here, a real devotee. And then you get the real shelter. Otherwise, it becomes devoid of piety. You notice that's why when the Acharya leaves, Prabhupada taught this. When the Acharya leaves, there's havoc. There's just confusion because most of the disciples never get to the point of pure devotion. Or not never, but they're not at that stage. And so therefore, it feels like when after Prabhupada left, everything just, the energy started to diminish. And then it became more and more confusing, more and more external. Yeah. So that's just how it is when a living devotee leaves. It's a great boon for the world to have a living presence of this devotional potency expressing in this world, expressing the clarity of the real nature of the scriptures, as they are. Is a beautiful thing. That's why we like Prabhupada especially when he was here. He was writing and he was preaching a pure sound vibration from a real devotee. Very special time. But it doesn't have to be. I mean, when Jesus left, there was not really, people were solid. He had 11 people who were clear about it. Hey, man, I'm not. They weren't gonna let Maya say, "Oh, leave Jesus now. You don't know. Look, you see, he's nothing. Go over to this path and that path." They didn't. They didn't budge. That's why we have Christianity today. Right? So yeah, and so I'm kind of one of those. I don't budge now. I mean, I all these persons. Okay, none of them have proved to me. that they're, I mean, that's fine. Maybe something, maybe they got something, or who knows. But I want to see some living proof. I want to see some symptoms of devotion and all that. How do I know you're any different than these intellectual, buffoons? These croaking frogs. Huh, nothing wrong with that. Krishna likes that. Oh, the discerning person, very good. Doesn't want to mix. Yeah, I like pure devotions, all that. Um, so yeah, so it's good to maybe that Ramai. See, if a person is a pure devotee, you can't control them. You can't force them to come. I can't force any real devotee to come. You got to attract them. You got to somehow attract. They got to see that you're mature enough to deal with them. He might be looking at that to see, I mean, are you mature enough to deal with them? Or are you just a neophyte? There are all kinds of stories about this kind of stuff, man. Is there one in the Saints of Raj? This guy, Dig Vijay, was going around trying to conquer everybody, and he wanted to get them to sign the paper that he won the debate. That's neophyte, very, very neophyte. And so anyway, these saints, some of them, they were very, like to themselves. They didn't pre, they just stay in their cave, and chant in ecstasy. He didn't want to be bothered. And so anyway, he was told to go to this person. He's a saint. Go challenge him. You know, See, because Vrindavan needed to defend their reputation because this guy wanted to take the reputation of Vrindavan and be, you know, like what do you call victor over Vrindavan, and all this. And so anyway, he went to them, and the guy for a long time would not debate with him. Would not. No, 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 no. You're here. I'll just sign your paper. No, you're great knowledge you've got. You just signed the paper. And no, no, I want to challenge you and all this. But anyway, the saint said, okay, quote this verse, and he quoted the verse, and he was so conclusive, the saint, and so clear and so poetic, so beautiful, that even the Dig Vijay thought, wow, this your knowledge is divine. It's not like what I have. See, there's some sincerity in him, you know. And so then he gave honor to the saint, and then now, see, that's how you advance. You got to recognize the real devotees, and simply by their association and their blessing to advance. That's how powerful seeing a devotee is. That's how you've all done it. It's not by your big austerities or anything, because you've recognized where Lord is actually working, where the parampara is actually working, right? And that's what you have to see the symptom. Where is the parampara working in this world? Where is God working? He might, be working through Christians or another Muslims. We have to learn to, where is the subtleties, these things. Okay. So anyway, my dear Uddhava, you should remain here on earth once I've abandoned this world. My dear devotee, you are sinless, but in this age of Kali, the people will be addicted to all types of sinful activities. Therefore, do not stay here. So, hmm, so anyway, this verse is pretty good, but I would see this was I think this was what do you call translated by Acharya Dev. So my dear Uddhava, you should remain here once I have abandoned this world. My dear devotee, you are sinless. See, and this is the beautiful thing. The Lord wants everybody to become really conclusive of how to become sinless, not by externals. That's not really enough. That's why Lord Caitanya, threw the brahmachari out of his kirtan. Oh, you're sinless by just doing your austerities? You're sinless by being a vet? No, not even by being a fruitarian? You're not even eating vegetables and just drinking milk? You're sinless? Because get him out of my, I don't want him polluting my kirtan. Okay? People think sinless means you never, they're gurus connected with Prabhupada. There's one Indian guru, and he says, if you ever had a cup of coffee or drank any wine, will never be a guru in our line. You got to be completely sinless. Can you imagine thinking like that? See, they have another standard of what being sinless. That's what I see in the verse a little bit. Oh, no, no, no. See, Uddhava was sinless because the essence is he loved Krishna. See? The Lord says, "Oh, I consider you sinless just simply because you have love for me. You can chant me. This is my Lord, man. My Lord Chaitanya's come here like that. He's given you guys, you're not all sinless. I mean, according to the standard of the world, right? But because you're in the right place at the right time, in the right circumstance, with the right mood, look what he's done. He's given you love for him and he considers you sinless. He'll take you to the spiritual world simply because you have attraction, because you have faith in his real representative here. That's the standard I'm teaching. Don't give me any of this external renunciation stuff. That ain't the standard. We go by the Lord's standard. That's what he shows me. I read the verse, right? Throw the brahmachari out. Oh, yeah, bring him back in, actually, because he went through Srivas. He was humble enough to do that. This is how easy it is to go back. It's faith. This is where the Christians been going back and forth about this faith thing, because many of them received faith because Paul used to preach, "You're saved by faith, see, not by works." And what do they teach in Vaishnavism? Still Old Testament Vaishnavism. You're saved by works and not faith. What is faith? We don't even discuss that. See? You're saved by faith, man. And that's what it is. When a living devotee is here, it's by the book, man. You faith in that devotee, that living presence, man, that living God on empowered Lord on earth. You're saved by faith in that person. Otherwise, you're going to go the hard route, man. Go and try to be like that brahmachari. Oh, he didn't even eat vegetables. You're eating vegetables still? Oh, that's a low standard, man. Vegetarian only? No, you should be a fruitarian. And after that, you'll need, no, maybe you should be an Aryan. Just on air. That ain't a high enough standard, man. Maybe first it was 16 rounds. Oh, that ain't enough. 1 lakh. That ain't enough. 2 lakhs. You got to, do more to attain more rules. That ain't enough rules for you. You got to do work, 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 work. Huh. You're saved by faith. It's always been that way. It was that way with Jesus. It was that way with Lord Chaitanya. Yeah. Lord Nityananda. You want me to quote verses? I'll quote millions of verses on this. It wasn't Nityananda. It wasn't, people were saved not because they were qualified or unqualified as saints or sinners. It didn't matter. If you just fell down before Nityananda, who was a very intimate servant of the Lord, he was here on this planet just by falling down from your heart and saying, "Hey, save me, man. You've come here to deliver me," like Peter said, right? You are the Messiah, my friend. Faith in you has a result of being saved. What did Jesus say? Same thing. Those who believe in me, all their sins will be forgiven. Oh, you think it's any different here? That's why it's declared, because we declare it now. We prove it. And you see the opposite. Those who don't have any faith, look how hard their hearts are. You notice that? And those who don't have any, their heart, oh, can't even crack it. Stone. Me? No, how dare he declare the stuff about real Guru Tattva? We don't want real Guru Tattva in the world. There's so many pure devotees here can do, yeah, but they can't do what we do. No, no, they can't make ecstatic devotees like it. Not even one that I've seen, man. So I could declare the truth if I want. Why? Because it works here. Yeah, I know I toot the horn a little bit that God is actually working here, truly, genuinely, absolutely. Yeah, I like that somehow. Yeah, I'm proud about that, man. I'm proud that my Lord has decided to come here and liberate anybody who believes this preaching. Yeah, yeah, I'm proud about that. I think that isn't that something to be proud of? That the Lord is actually here and delivering people, and we can see it with our eyes. No, no pie in the sky when you die, and you're going to go, the pearly gates are going to open, and I'm going to be miserable here while I'm here because I just unhappy, being instructed by hypocrites and liars and cheaters, all in the guise of pure devotees. Now you come here, you'll be protected. You want to need the verses that Lord Krishna protects his devotees? Well, you'll realize that here, man. Yeah, I know. I toot the horn that God is working. Well, if I don't have faith that God isn't working here, why the hell should you be here? Right? Charity begins at home. I'm convinced because of the witness program here. I just look at Shamaguri and River Yamuna and Lalita Ganga. I say, God has to be working here. Why can't you, Acharya Daves and big gurus on your seats, recognize that simple truth? That's why I'm here, man. I'm in the midst of very elevated pure devotees who have been accepted by the Lord, by these standards. Why can't you? That's why, until like that Ramai's doing good. I like, he appreciates our preaching, even though he sees through the theatrics. It's a good sign. I like that. Hey, man. Krishna is very theatrical. His devotees are theatrical. They were, Lord Chaitanya's devotees. They were. Oh no, Nityananda's this way. The others, Lord Chaitanya's might be, he attracts a lot of Brahmins, because he's a good, Nityananda attracted, those who are more extroverts, just they didn't think about rules. No, they just dress really flamboyantly. They walk down the street. No, hey man, we got the mercy of Lord Nityananda, man. Hey, come get the mercy. Kind of like us, Hey man, we got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Nityananda, guaranteed, man. It is a no-brainer. It is really true. Come 30 days, check it out. Get your Maya out of your head. Get the cobwebs out of your head, all the bullshit you've been listening to, all these so-called pure devotees that are not pure devotees. Oh, you'll be able to discern that stuff. Be very clear. Who's got this transcendental potency, because that potency's here. You don't see it with this guru, that guru, nothing. No, no, from them ecstatic prema doesn't emanate, and from their word your ignorance isn't destroyed. See, you come here, you say, oh, wow, now I see the real standard, because the real standard here from the devotees here, even the disciples, prema emanates. And by their words, ignorance is destroyed. You come to some of my disciples' classes, and they're great, fantastic. They give you shelter, you feel connected. But look at the devotees going from one class to another class, and it's so nice to be. It is the most auspicious thing you can do is be with advanced devotees like Govinda, sincere and liberated souls like him, and like River, and like Lalita, and now we got Shamagori coming up. Liberated by faith, man. You'll see if you ever lose faith in this. You'll see. Ooh, go right down. Yeah, you're saved by faith in this preaching, man. Faith in these truths. Yeah, that's how it works. Always worked like that. Yeah, yeah. not by works. See, this has been, Christians been going back faith by works. Then they mix them a little bit and all that stuff, and there's no, but still no clarity. Here, you're saved by faith, because if you have real faith in what we're doing here and these words, and you appreciate, you love this preaching, and you love these truths, that's called true love, man. That's the kind of love that the Lord has. That's the kind of love His real devotees have. And you got that, well, man, you're saved because you're on the same page now. There's no, I mean, all the scriptures, who those, because if you have that, then you'll evince the symptoms of ecstasy. The tears will be coming out, choking of the voice sometimes, especially when you preach. So you got to get active a little bit. Get up there and preach the glories and speak your realizations, testify, and then you're going to see the potency manifesting, man, really big time. Janard, I love him. Like Janardhan, he gets right up there, and I like it. He gets right up there and chants and laughs, and this is a great message, man. I'm sure he gets a lot of tomatoes too. Ooh, but some people really like it. Yeah, liberated by faith, but not blind faith. See, if you have faith, see, that's the thing. You need not faith in somebody that is not a liberated soul. No, faith in a liberated soul who is liberated in bhakti because of their devotion is very. This is what purifies you to that level, because on our own we can't get there. It's too high a position. That's why the Lord came with His devotees, His plenary portions, and his devotees who represent that energy. That's the only pure. You're purified by association. Yeah. See how you learn what is the real standard of devotion here. You're not going to go against pure devotees. I mean, you're going to get it clear what is a pure devotee, but you won't have to give, like what do you call it, lip service, or ass kissing to those who are not liberated souls. Yeah. No, you're going to know the standard. Oh, yeah, this is a pure devotee. This is what acharyas knew. Prabhupada knew all these things. Bhakti Siddhanta knew it. Bhakti Vinod, they knew this. You're going to also know if you don't already. Freddie, you should do some stand up. I want to see some Facebook Live videos where you're doing some stand up comedy. You can do here. Yeah, yeah. By the way, you can also come here. Where are you, by the way? We're not lone islands. We're roaring lions. Yeah, yeah. My dear Uddhava, you should remain here on earth. And I have, once I have abandoned this world, my dear devotee, you are sinless. But in this age of Kali, people will be addicted to all types of sinful activities. See, that's kind of a Vaidhi thing. And the way you rectify that, all those sins, just like that, is faith in the liberated souls. You hear the pastimes from them. You hear the real conclusive understanding, and then by that devotion, see, that's awakens in you a purification, threefold miseries uplifted by hearing. See, hearing is the real path. All your activities of trying to be sinless, which is, you can try. It's like that guy. Remember, I said the guy doing the rock thing, going around Govardhan. Oh, look how sincere I am, Lord. I put the rock in the rain is coming. You see, I'm following this path here, and there's a rock there and everything. And people are doing that with their fastings and all of that stuff. But where is it leading? It's leading to here. Here's the example. See? All that fasting, that yoga. Look, for example, all that fasting, Johann, all his 25 rounds on Ekadasis, all his worship, all his going to these sannyasi classes, all these regulate for 25 years, culminating coming here and developing faith in this preaching. And now he's ecstatic. That's the best you can do with the rules. All the stuff that Moses' followers did for many generations, all the hearing of the prophets and coming in again and again and again, culminated in meeting Jesus. And then this faith in the word. That's good news. Faith in the good friggin' news, for God's sake, and your sake. See? Faith in the good news that you're liberated by the word, by the narrative. That's been hidden from people because you get a narrative in this world by people who don't have such a high level of consciousness, or the Lord ain't just, I'm sorry, ain't revealing these secrets. You're liberated by the narrative. What good news narrative are you listening to? Or is it mainstream narrative? Are you listening to the mainstream? What is it? Is that good news? What, your safety? Oh, is that, are you really safe by staying indoors? Are you really safe putting your mask on? Is it really true or are they lying to you? Are you really safe by getting that? Have you seen enough of the real statistics? See, are you sure you're not being cheated? See, that's the narrative people have to see. Am I really safe? Is it really true or am I being lied to? You know, one guy said there's going to be a time where people are going to start waking up and they're going to wake up. We've been poisoned, we've been lied to, and they're going to turn on those people. It's probably true. You don't think that's going to happen with these gurus? Oh, you say you can get me in Vrindavan? I've been giving you everything, man. I've given you my life. I've given you my money. I've given you my worship. And what? I'm not getting in Vrindavan? I've been lied to? Yeah, yeah, that's what hypocrisy is. You followed the path of the Pharisees and not the good news, the new narrative, man. Oh, they're saying you're going to be saved by your works and your fastings and all that stuff. And Gohari comes along and tells you what Jesus told everybody and Lord Caitanya and that teaching of Chaitanya Charity. You're going to be liberated by this narrative, man. This is the truth. You can check it in the book. When love of God is on this planet now, coming through a real devotee, you're liberated by faith in that devotion and faith in their word, man. What else do you need for purification? You're not getting that doing the rules and regulations. They're not teaching you this knowledge, but I am, right? In spite of you following or not following. I'm teaching you the narrative that delivers people by the word. Everybody's always been delivered by the word. The word is God. It's with the Lord. That word is made flesh in a real devotee, stuck to the Lord like glue. Yeah. That's why it's so easy in a sense. You want deliverance, you want to go back to the world, just develop faith in the Lord's real transcendental servant on this world, not just ordinary common servant. Common servant could be George Soros. He's a serving the Lord's purpose, right? Yeah, the Lord, saying, "Whoa, you guys don't have faith in the truth? Well, I'm sorry. Good luck. See you later, man." That's what happens. Maya destroys everybody that has faith in her. Okay? So, but that's his kind of service. That just happens. Those Brahmins were used to curse. See, we just read about the curse. They cursed these the Yadu dynasty to leave. They're servants of the Lord. These Brahmins. Yeah, there are so many servants of the Lord. Everybody is a servant of the Lord. People I chastise are servants of the Lord. You can't get out of doing it. But you're delivered by the servant that their word, when the Lord puts on their heart the word of deliverance, then you're delivered by that service, by faith in that, by distributing that. That's all we're here to do, man. The real path is here. The real mercy is Lord Chaitanya is here. The real distribution of the mercy of the Lord is here for deliverance. Not just stages, not just, well, you spend a few lifetimes doing your rules, regulations, and ceremonies, and then you'll get delivered because you'll maybe get ready for this situation. Well, we're already ready for this situation, right, Samagori? So we're already in this situation. So how about you out there? Anybody ready for this situation? I was looking for this situation the very first day I came to Krishna consciousness, but it wasn't available. Well, it's available now. See, there are people who are looking for that situation also when wasn't manifest. Where is this situation? Where is this situation? It wasn't there, and then Jesus appeared. That now the situation is there for deliverance. See, being the Holy Spirit awakening in people. The same thing for Vaishnavas. Where is that situation of deliverance? Well, that's here. You what? Deliverance is you're on what? You want to do that slow path? Do Varnashram Dharma and then do this rules and regulations and then get a human birth, like Prabhupada said, you want to do that path, and then you're born in a Brahmin family and then take another lifetime or two or three or God knows what. Are you ready to be delivered now? The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is here now. Is it? Am I out to lunch or I just meet people and Lord Chaitanya appears to them? Krishna appears to them. I just meet them. Ecstatic devotees that like Lalita Ganga and Johan that you read the scriptures and those symptoms are in them manifest and deliverance isn't here and the Vaishnavas are preaching the opposite. Oh no, prema, oh many lifetimes. They still doing that narrative, man. Hey man, this is narrative. Why not do the best? This is the best, the easiest, the clearest, the cleanest narrative, man. It's always been like that too. Be delivered in this life. Why? Because the opportunity is here, man. Hey, man, I mean, I'm convinced myself. I see it. People come here. I didn't ask, hey, look, God, you just came and Lord Chaitanya appears. Yeah, I just listened to 5 of your videos and love this love has awakened to me. And I see it maturing like it's becoming a huge mountain. Okay, give us a word, guys. I get going at it. I'm going, but bazookas here. Give us a word, River.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, good.
Okay, it wasn't working. It's really, really hooking on to your words of really want to have this fun kind of relationship with Krishna, really kind of light and just this fun. It's happening now. This fun kind of relationship. I can see myself going through things that I've desired from a young child. They're kind of playing out at the same time as well. But this fun kind of relationship and relating everything to the Lord, seeing Him everywhere with whatever we do, because we do different things, and seeing Him everywhere. I don't always see Him, like I was talking today, I don't always see Him in things that I watch, but it's like somebody else is watching inside me. And
Uh,
then I get what it means later. Not always exactly at that time, but so
mhm.
many great presents and gifts all the time. Thank you so much. Thank you to Lilita, to Shamagori, because the awakenings in our Sangha is just so powerful, Maharaj. So you know, in Amy and Johan and Freddie, all of us, it's really this sangha that Govinda said. It's like we are like the moon of Vrindavan, just going around. So
Mhm.
like we have to keep glorifying, so people can hook on. They can see and they can come here and jump on. It has to
Mhm.
be glorified, and it's the real exalted personality. These are the real exalted personalities that are gonna lift us out of this place, transcend us, and they have to be lifted. We need to hear it
Yeah,
again and
yeah.
again. Like you said, the Maya just kind of comes in,
Mhm.
and with this shelter, it just goes out like that. And I say I've just received a little bit, but it's just so much. It's
Yeah.
so much, so much. Thank you so much. You are a funny guy, Maharaj.
Shamaguri, give us a word. Thank you there, River. That's awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, very good.
Yeah, what shall I say? Yeah, to me, it is most important, yeah, to have the association of all of you, especially you, Lalita, River, Govinda, Johannes, because when I hear them speak, I can, I can, how you say this, I can feel that there is Krishna inside of them, Lord Chaitanya speaking through them, and yeah, that is the way I can recognize and realize most things
Mhm. Well, that's how it's
by
supposed to be done.
listening by listening to the elevated devotees in our sangha.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my heart
Beautiful.
and soul listening to you, Lalita,
Yeah.
Riva,
Yeah.
Johan, Govinda. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's how it's done is to those who are inspired by the Lord, hear from them, and that's where the life is. That's like prasadam. It's like
mm,
it's
yeah,
or the
yeah,
remnants is from the that's what we get when we Prabhupada. These are the remnants of his ecstatic worship of the Lord. So all these books, all and when you get to preaching, that's also the remnants, the inspired
mm,
word of God. It's very embodied, it made flesh. It needs to be made flesh. You need the people, otherwise they're not clear enough about a lot of stuff. That's why
mm,
the Lord always has living devotees who have the
yeah,
mercy and the parampara. Otherwise, he'll get disconnected. And then the Lord or his devotees have to come and reestablish it again. That's why you see Bhakti Vinod reestablished Vaishnavism again, started to reestablish it. It was being lost. It was like 200 years. People lost faith in it because people weren't representing it properly. They weren't representing the heart of it. They just became debauchees because, and that'll happen. Anybody just, these persons, these that are leaders and all that, a lot of them become, like they get all this money and all this stuff and become corrupted and they become like politicians in religion, and that's
yes,
why the Lord has to come establish the pure religion, of this pure love of God, and that's
yeah,
just kind of how things go. Same thing with Prabhupada. After he departed, who's representing this? You know, yeah. So anyway, we are, and those symptoms are here that the Lord has chosen this sangha. It is a fact now that people come here; they get incredible mercy.
yeah,
It's uncommon. It's not just you just go to any temple presidents and any temple and just that's all common. Okay, that's great. There's some mercy there. You're believing in Krishna and all that. But here, this is special. I mean, just like it was special when Jesus' disciples were preaching. They preached to even Pharisees who were high standings and all that. But they had something special that the Pharisees didn't have. We have something special that the Vaishnavas don't have. Okay? It's always the
mhm,
same story. Where is the special mercy of Lord Chaitanya in our line? Where is it? Even Prabhupada tried to teach this same principle. Those who have the special mercy of our guru, our line, those devotees, even those god brothers, even they have the special mercy of the parampara in our line should be treated as almost equally to your own guru. Okay, so
yeah,
can you recognize that special mercy? Most never did, but they will now because I'm a stickler for these things. I'm making sure it gets very clear these things that were kind of, Vaishnavas, they're used to, well, we don't want to talk about these things. We keep it all secrets and all that. Well, that stuff is finished. Bhaktisiddhanta was also not like that. He was very vocal. That's why Prabhupada appreciated him. This person is solid, man. This person is a lion. This person is empowered by the true Lord. He could recognize that.
mm,
And he said uncommon things, just like uncommon things are here. Pissed a lot of people off, man. Sometimes some people wanted to kill him. They wanted to kill Jesus, right? What I
Mm.
say, some people love to kill me, love to kill Gohar. Get rid of that guy. Stop him from talking. Stop them from exposing our bullshit, man. We want to keep this bull. They don't care about a lot of these so-called leaders. They don't give a shit about you because they're part of the Maya. Maya never gives a shit about you. I was in ISKCON for 5 years. I gave everything. I had no blood left. Oh, you're finished?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody cares anymore.
Well, they can't.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. They need to be liberated. And there are many sincere devotees. I know, I see they've given their life for Krishna and all that. And we're
Mm.
here to finish. Whoever's ready, you want this real mercy, it's really real. You can come here, check it out. If you have sufficient intelligence and you sufficient desire, you'll come here and observe. Look at these liberated souls. You can check it in the books. What are the symptoms of being a liberated soul? And that'll cut through all the bullshit you've been fed by in ISKCON and all these other groups, you know, because that's only general, like, institutional. Even the word institution, you can look in the world, institutions. It's just they're big, they're political, they're external, and they're you just it's just it's just what it is. So we have institutional religions, big institutions, but these subtleties you don't learn there. See, people come here, we can handle these things. True transcendental spirituality, understanding the rules and regulations and activities, organized religion for pure love of Godhead is one of the things I love about. Yeah. See, even Bhaktisiddhanta said about his own work, he said institutional religion is the enemy of bhakti. See? It's an enemy. Because if he even said in that article, you can read it, this is paraphrase, he said, if there's even a scent of devotion seen in there, the institutional religions want to smash it. This has always been like this. The Pharisees wanted to smash Jesus' message because there was some real bhakti there. Some of these saints, there have been saints, you can read the saints that actually had God manifesting through them. The institutions wanted to hide them away and keep them away from the public, or smash them or kill them. There was one guy who could fly. He had the gift. He was a saint, man. Just very. He was just like a Nityananda, just very like seemed apparently dumb, But he was so ecstatic. He was communing with God. He could even fly. I mean, this is you can read this about this guy could fly literally. And the institution put him away. They didn't want anybody to see him
Mm.
because they would be influenced by him and not these. See, that's what the material motivated religion. That's why you have to abandon that. We're here for people. You ready to abandon religion and take shelter of truth? You want to be protected by truth? You want to be protected by ecstasy? Well, hey, man, you came to the right place. What else do you need? That Lord Chaitanya didn't need anything else but truth and ecstasy. Nityananda, same thing. Well, more so. You could see he just externally followed that to get these Brahmins. But look at Nityananda as more an example, just like Gohari Das, Avadut here, right? Style. Hey man, Nityananda didn't need anything but love for Krishna. See? Love and truth. That's all he had, man. And he was fine in this world, protected by the Lord. What is Gorhari Dutt? Did he have any rules to protect him or anything? No, no. Just this spontaneous devotion and the truth. That's all I need, man. Just give me that. Religion and stuff. I don't like the motivations, man. I don't like it. I like cleanliness. Even though you can look at my room at like what's her name comes over here. She comes over, Maria says, God, how do you live in this? I said, I don't know. I have another standard of cleanliness. To me, I like this kind of cleanliness. My room, I do the best. I mopped the floor yesterday, so it's pretty good for me. But this kind of, I'm a stickler for cleanliness. Everything is coded. You know, when Maria said she used to code everything, color code everything, to be organized and all that. Kind of like, yeah. She goes, yeah, yeah, like I was like that too. Not so much anymore. Yeah. She's also relaxed her standard a lot. As a beginner, I don't feel the need to read yet. I need to hear the voice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, you may never feel the need to read. Matter of fact, actually, yeah, and you'll see that that voice will be your voice. You'll be chanting these scriptures and not reading them, chanting them, tasting them. It's kind of you're coming a very special way of learning. Yeah. Narottam went to Jiva Goswami, the great scholar in our line, and said, "Are you going to teach me the scriptures?" And so Jiva says, "Well, not like that." He says, "You're going to taste these scriptures with an ecstatic devotee, Shamananda. You and him are going to taste these scriptures together and just relish it, just like here. It's all you notice. I don't get very far. I smell the roses. Oh, look at this word. Let's taste this word. Let's concept and all that. You see, this is
Yeah.
it's like an artist in the palette. A little dab here, a little dab there, kind of eventually get there. Yeah. So Fanny, yeah. So and actually, when you maybe get over the shyness and stuff, and you start to, you can start, by yourself. Go to the nearest tree and sit there and read Chaitanya Charitamrita, these things that I'm preaching, these books. Read to the tree and see what happens. Okay? That goes for everybody. If you're too shy to come out, take these books and read them to a tree. This is actually bona fide. This is in the scriptures. There was a devotee who did that. He couldn't find anybody to listen. So he went to the tree, a nearest tree. He read to the tree because Krishna is in the tree. You're reading to Krishna actually, even when you read to people. So he read to the tree. And one day Krishna popped out of the tree.
Oh, wow.
For you shy people out there, you want to come on. Don't you want equality? Don't you? Aren't you greedy? Don't you want to see what the Lord will do? So read to the tree, and then that'll be your training. To get more bold. Freddie too. You go read to the tree or something. Read to anything. I don't care. Read to the deities. Read to a stick. Read to a piece of straw. Krishna's in the piece of straw. This is all conclusive. Narada taught this. He said, even if one offers obeisances to a straw, one can make advance if you know what's in the straw, of course. Actually, my room, I'm exaggerating. My room, to me, is not that messy, but I think to somebody like Lalita, she's like, my God, man, what is going in here, man? I mean, to me, it's kind of I washed it. I mean, come on, man. To me, I'm not a fault finder like you persons looking for perfection and everything. I'm not a fault finder. I think I look at the good that Gohar does. He mopped the floor the other day. He washed the dishes. He washed the dishes yesterday. What else did he do? I cleaned the table a little bit yesterday. Not the full table, but part. I mean, see, I don't look for faults. See, what else did I do? I washed some clothes by hand, a few things. Hey, come on, washing clothes too. I consider I did a lot. See, I'm not a fault finder like you guys looking for faults. See, Maria?
We are not looking for faults either, Guru Maharaj. If I would be there, I would clean your room every day. Not looking for
Me
faults.
too.
Because I like
Janaki would come here. I can't. I don't know how she did it, man. She'd come here in 5 minutes. The thing would be spotless. She doesn't. She's like comes right in. Boom, 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 boom. Man, I'm done.
I can can imagine that.
She's like a whirlwind. Okay, good. I'm just going to take the advice. I think I'll take the advice. Read to a tree or my cucumber plant. There you go. Read to the cucumber plant. Krishna's in there. He's everywhere. You can't get away from that guy, man. Everywhere you look, he's there. All right. All right. We got some takers on this. Okay. Yeah. Read to the trees. They are a death now. And you, Freddie, I didn't see that coming out. He didn't. He's not saying he's going to read to the tree yet.
But that was so nice to see him the other day, or
Yeah. Yeah.
when he came live, and
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next verse. Next verse. Okay. So now you should completely give up all attachment to your personal friends and relatives and fix your mind on me. Thus, always conscious of me, you should observe all things with equal vision and wander throughout the earth. Mhm. So yeah, and but that's so you don't know. See, usually if you're a devotee and your friends and relatives are all pure devotees, then you don't have to leave them. But if they're not, and you're in the stature of Uddhava, I mean, you could, if you're at a place where you chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion, you could just leave everything behind. Now you're not indebted to family, friends, society, demigods, nothing. That's what I try to teach people. Not everybody gets that yet, but whoever does, you're not indebted to any family, friends, or you could do that if you wanted to. You could do what you want in the sense of your inspiration of serving God. See, so, but Lord Krishna could be saying that, okay, now, just leave all this and follow the path of renunciation and all that stuff. But, that's a tough path. That's why he came as Lord Krishna, as Lord Chaitanya. Who can do that? Leave family and friends and all that stuff. You notice you don't have to do that here, do you? That's the hard path. That's the one they're teaching now. Yeah, yeah. Now renounce everything and go and then and be alone and where. But really, man, come on. We need something stronger. Nobody's that strong. Rare person. People try to do that, and you know what happens? I just seen when I was in the Narayan Raj group, people were trying to follow this detachment and renounce, and they do become hard, become pride. They think they're superior. All these. That's why I was looking. Where is this? Because for me it was always easy. Just worship the Lord with ecstasy, man, and was everything was fine. I felt protection and clarified, purified, and they're all now teaching something else, some the opposite thing. And that's why I got clear. Oh, the Lord is so kind. He's giving me that mercy. This always natural attraction to Jesus on the level of love, natural attraction to Lord Chaitanya, Radha, and Krishna, just on the level of love. Natural attraction for Prabhupada and all pure devotees. Okay? And I've always had this like, who are you, Tamal Krishna? I mean, I was like, who are you, Jaipataka? Who are you? Who are you, Radhanath? Are you a real devotee? Why don't you like these things? You know? So I don't know. That's fine. But I, you know, I want that other standard. I'm just naturally attracted to real devotees, and I'm naturally not attracted to those. And that's the way the Lord is. That's why He sends His devotees for His devotees. There are a lot of devotees here that want this, but it's not available there. And with these kinds of persons. You want to be a natural devotee where you're naturally attracted and protected by Krishna? I'm seeing people coming here that are like that. They just waken like this. They're natural devotees. Well, look at Maria. What is this? Where did this thing come? That was, I mean, this is a teaching for me. I mean, I said, what did she just come and she just, Lord Chaitanya is like my bulldog. Well, I would stab for him. Where do you get this? This is a natural devotee. Unbelievable. And that's, my second disciple had the darshan of Krishna. You know, and just natural becomes the natural devotees. We're attracting people like that, or converting them. Anybody can become like that. You come here, you're around natural devotees. They're all coming now. They're coming now. You be around them, and you'll see. Yeah. So see, even in the Bhagavatam, this supersedes the Bhagavatam. See, Lord Krishna was 5,000 years ago, right? And so this mercy is more powerful than that. What, you going to go out and be tika? You want to give up your family, Shamaguri? You want to give up your grandkids and go out there and wander around? No, you don't need to, right? This is perfect. Isn't this perfect? This is we're here to teach about the real mercy of the Lord. If somebody's telling you renounce and all that, you'll feel it in your heart, like, oh, really? I got to do this? Well, I guess I got to, Yeah, go ahead there, Lalita.
But in a way, if you get a higher taste, you renounce in a way because your heart chooses for Krishna first. It doesn't mean that you can't take care of them, but your
No.
heart chooses for Krishna. Krishna
Yeah.
first, like Jesus said, the first commandment, or is that the right
Yeah.
word? Commandment?
Communion, yeah.
No, no. Eerste gebod. Commandment. No, no. The first law that Jesus brought. First, love the
Oh,
Lord.
commandment. You mean commandment?
Commandment. Yeah.
Yeah. Love thy God with, yeah, yeah, that's what the priority. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Lord Chaitanya's family, associates were like, they say, like Srivas. His son died in the kirtan. He had sons. He had a wife. He did duties, and they had love. They loved Krishna. The Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna were the center of their activities. I mean, it's just naturally they were natural devotees. His son dies, and he said, "Oh, his son. He died in a perfect place. We're all devotees. We all know where we're going. There's no reason to lament. He didn't feel like lamenting. It was natural for him not to lament. But while he was here, he had his son, right? He did his son. Just he loved his son and did all that stuff. But his love for God was so strong that all illusion was gone. See, all illusion is there's no death. What is this? We're spirit soul. We're eternal beings. Yeah, you get that more and more. I mean, that's what I noticed. The more this love of God awakens in your heart, you become naturally detached. I see that in your case, in Janaki's case, in Shamaguri's case, in River's case. The more love you're cultivating, and everything everything's about. You still got your husbands and grandchildren and this and that, but you're not overwhelmed by them. They're not deviating you. Like taking over your full attention, all that. You really, you can actually help them now. I helped my brother too. He was very impressed how I started to get very steady, in this and not get, and then he passed away. There was no lamentation. I thought, oh great man, now he's free. He can watch these activities now. I'm sure he's watching all of this stuff. Just like the Lord, the Lord. We're so lucky we get a person like Maria coming who sees these deities. It's amazing. Yeah, it's just another how the miraculous the Lord works. Who knows what people will come and all kinds of amazing things will happen. It just adds more variety of this spiritual experience in this world. Yeah. Lalita, give us. Oh, you've been giving us a word. Okay, I'll read another little bit more here. See, thus being conscious of me, you should observe all things with equal vision and wander through the earth. And this happens naturally. You notice everybody's looking with more equal vision. Equal. You're not really judgmental, this or that, or you see everything is related to the Lord. I just, I do these theatrics mainly just to make distinctions because people get, if you believe the things that are material are spiritual, then there's a problem with that. I don't have any problem with the demons or anybody actually. With George Soros, I see him as a servant of the Lord, or Radhanath, or he's a servant of the Lord. Guy, he's given his life to Krishna. Jaipatakas, all of that, they're doing what they do, right? But we gotta just make a distinction. What is worshipable? What is you got to worship with that which is in pure goodness to be delivered. You can't worship mix this kind of thing. That's why I say, well, prove to us that you have the symptoms of devotion. That's fine if you do that. Otherwise, we don't know. I just, we'll if you don't show the real standard here, then we'll just say, well, maybe you don't know the real standard, and we'll just neglect you. I want to know who's here showing the real standard, because the real standard is light. I like to teach what the word, what Jesus taught. He says, hey, if you have light here in this world, don't just put a shade over it and walk through the world and nobody sees real light. If you got light, like to me, conclusive truth is light. I put it up so that people looking for that light can see it. What is the standard, man? Hey, man, the light is conclusive truth. That's I'm going to be as conclusive as the Lord allows me to be. Yeah, where's your don't you shouldn't praise nor blame anything in the material world. Everything is working uniformly under the modes of nature. See? That means, what is the purport? That means you should only praise what is transcendental. That's the Bhagavatam. Praise the transcendental concepts. That enlivens God. That was the order Narada Muni got from, Veda Vyas got from Narada Muni. That's what the Lord shows me, and I do that and stay enlivened and more clear every day and more ecstatic. It works. See, therefore, that's the Lord is showing. Yeah, man, you know, give that clarity to the world. Hang that light up. Show people where the mercy is. Look what He's showing us. This is all evolving every day. The mercy of the Lord. Look how clear it is. People can just come here and get that mercy. See, that word is coming now. See that clarification of what is actually going on in our sangha. See? So that word is going out. This narrative is going out. Oh, wow, I can just go to Lord Chaitanya's grace place and be delivered. What a great friggin' narrative. That's really true. You know? So easy. Easy peasy, right there, Amy? Jobs said this. Steve Jobs, who started Apple Computer, said it's all about storytelling. See, those who tell the stories that are accepted in this world create the standard for the future generations. So, what narrative are you listening to? The reason I listen to this narrative and take it seriously is because this narrative gives the best quality of life that I've seen: a life with Krishna, friendship with God. Why not go with a narrative that gives you that? It makes most sense to me. That's why you want Vrindavan. Then that's the relationship here. Vrindavan, that protection, you're just like the book says, the Lord Krishna protects his devotees. Oh, I feel that, man, because I go with that narrative. That vision, that reality is opened up for me because my guru spoke those words. See, like Amy said, or Fanny says, it's the sound, it's the word. Yeah, you're hearing the word spoken. See, the narrative spoken of the truth. The truth will set you free. You're hearing it from a person that actually protected by Lord Krishna, right? That's how it works. Therefore, you're protected by Lord Krishna. You believe in these words. These words seem mad to these people who don't believe in the glories of the Panchatattva. Therefore, they continue to do what, River? Croak like frogs, right? No rules, no pain. They puff up, look at me, I'm a big authority. Look at my big. Are you impressed? Tumultuous, croaking like frogs. That's just the scriptures. Man, it says that. Those who do not believe in the glories of the Panchatattva. What are the glories of the Panchatattva? When the Panchatattva are here, and they're here when a devotee is here, and that word is the Panchatattva is here. The glories of the Panchatattva are being preached. That's where they are. And those glories are, you come there, you will be delivered, you will get devotion, you will get the highest devotion. You'll get Vrindavan devotion. Lord Caitanya came to give Vrindavan devotion, and Gaur Hari Das and his friends are here to also distribute Vrindavan devotion without charging, without any charge of austerities or renunciation, and even fasting. That's fine if anybody wants to go that route. Even here, you can fast you can do or don't do, but everybody's going to get the same love because it's not dependent on how many fasts you do. It's dependent on faith in this message. It's all in the message. It's all in the good news. The Holy Spirit came here because of the good news that God is merciful. Jesus was representing that message of God. It's the word. The Lord said, let there be light, and there was light. Okay? Let there be a truth, let there be a truth. And then the Lord's shadow says, let there be lies, and there are lies, right? Let there be deception, and then there is deception, and people who take shelter of deception are deceived. Okay? Maya, the Lord's dark energy. See? Puts you in darkness because you believe in it. See? Because you believe in that word. It's all the word, man. The word can liberate you or put you in darkness. You believe in this word, and then you can check it. You can get you come here and you study. You want to go to school? Come here and be schooled. Come here and look at these words. Check them clearly till you can see they're the best words, give the best quality of life, and how the Lord really works. This is more esoteric than a 33-degree Illuminati degree. And they're controlling the world, these guys. And this is more clear, more powerful, more attractive, even to them if they start to hear something. They think, wow, you got a knowledge better than me. Yeah, we do, man. Got more spiritual power here. We can do win-win. The power here doesn't diminish for Gaur Hari by making more pure devotees. No, it just increases here. My happiness increases, and yours is just diddly squat. You guys are elites. That ain't very elite to me. This is elite, high quality of life, high standard, right, Lalita? We got high standards here. Highest. Oh, from the word. It's a battle of words. See, our words are more powerful because we got ecstasy behind them, bliss behind them. Matter of fact, they're born of bliss, born of ecstasy. Hey, this is where you come here. You're gonna understand what demons understand and what demigods understand, and much further. Yeah, you're gonna become as good as Guru, but not in a false ego way. My dear Uddhava, the material universe that you perceive through your mind, speech, eyes, ears, and other senses is an illusory creation illusory creation that one imagines to be real due to the influence of Maya. In fact, you should know that all the objects of material senses are temporary. My dear Uddhava, the material universe that you perceive through your mind, speech, eyes, ears, and other senses is illusory creation that one imagines due to the influence of Maya. See? And here, what counteracts that, believing in the world? I see it with my mind. Oh, I love it. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, look at this bird. Oh, it's really, oh, I love this bird. I love this goldfish. Oh, yeah, my mind and my senses. Ooh, the beautiful touch of this beautiful man and woman. Oh, I perceive this. See, this is the world we're living in. So, what can counteract that? Just the verse I just read. The truth, man. We didn't know that. But what a miracle, huh? We know, just read the verse and boom, the illusion goes. Oh my God, no wonder this. That's why I'm committed to, I love these scriptures, man. In one instant, the word dissipates the illusion. Oh my God, what magic that is. Listen, you little demons and Illuminatis and Luciferians, you come here, man. Look what you're going to learn. How to dissipate even illusions. You're only one eye. See, you're only looking like that. But see, you come here, you're going to see with both eyes, the all seeing eyes. You see reality distinguished. You're only into Lucifer. You think, oh yeah, Lucifer, let's go totally into that, man. Yeah, let's do what we want, man, and just all body, 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 mind, 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 body, body, control, body, body, mind, mind, mind. Huh. Spirits, here we are. Hey man, spirit controls the body, Spirit, spirit, spirit. See, spirit, spirit, and you see the other. Oh yeah, this is better, man. Let's look more through spirit, man. See, oh, it dissipates that dark. See the darkness right there. One friggin' verse, man. It's amazing. Just know that, oh, really? You mean I've been identifying with all this bullshit, this dead stuff out here all my life, and just one verse gets me out of it? Every time I personally went into illusion, there you go, you little Ritfix, I'll tell you. Yeah, yeah, you admit it. I went into illusion. And you know what brought me out? One friggin' verse from these books. When I just, I wanted to see, let me see what it is to be without these books and without faith in Krishna and Prabhupada and all that, and so I went there. And then all of a sudden I became attracted to all kinds of Mayas. Like one was the Mayavadi. Ooh, Eckhart Tolle. Oh man, he's so great, man. I listened to an hour and a half of his classes. Ooh, this is really amazing and all this, amazing, all this. And then one day, my ex-wife gave me a book a long time ago. Thank you for that, for your service. It was a Advaita Prakash, and I carried it around India only because it was light. I never read it, because I was not into Krishna anymore. But she said, just to keep this book around. So I kept the book around, I never read it, just was in the backpack. And so I'm listening to Eckhart Tolle. I'm like, oh, it's amazing. He said hour and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, this is fantastic stuff and all that. I read one verse. I just had that. So, well, let me just, let me just read something in this book. I had it with me or something. One verse, the illusion gone. One verse, I was a devotee again. There was nothing there. I think Eckhart. I was like, what was I listening to? An hour and a half, wasting my friggin' time listening to that, and one verse was so beautiful, so perfect, so conclusive. Illusion finished. See? That's why it's important to develop faith in these words, in these scriptures. Because in 1 second they can dissipate something we've been believing in for 40, 50 years. That's why I take these verses. This is why these religionists, these gurus, they don't want these words. They don't want these truths to dissipate the illusion that they're actually qualified to bring you to Vrindavan when they're not. And if you are, prove it. No more bullshit. No, no. Are you really a Vrindavan resident? Otherwise, my students should just stay here. If they can't prove or they won't prove, just better stay here and go back to Godhead. Don't trust anything. Don't trust anything unless it's proven. Let's see that they have a standard of ecstatic devotion. Yeah. And gradually you'll see. Everything will get revealed. Yeah. Go ahead. What?
You can only understand this thing about illusion when you are self-realized, when you know, when you experience I am the soul.
Yeah.
Then suddenly you see when you live, when you experience, oh my, actually I belong to Vrindavan, that's my life, that's what I'm really living. Then suddenly you see, oh,
Yeah.
that's an
Yeah.
illusion.
Yeah. You identify. Yeah. Yeah. And see, you come here, you'll have an awakening if you haven't already. Some people they've had an awakening, they need this association to culture this, and many may just come here for the awakening, and then you see that it starts as a mustard seed. You must be born again to enter the kingdom. See, the kingdom is the taste for the transcendental form of the Lord. You only get that with real devotees who have real devotion. See? They're the root from which Krishna grows. See, that's a scripture. See? That's proven here because Krishna is growing. The real Krishna is growing here. Not something imitating Bhakti Lata Bij. There's a lot of weeds that try to imitate this pride, self righteousness, all kinds of stuff. They're in the imitation thing. See, everything is grown from Krishna here. Even there's self righteousness in the false ego, and there's self righteousness in the self. Things become righteous in the real self. Otherwise, they're not righteous. It's not righteous enough just to be in the mode of goodness and even preaching that as transcendental. That ain't righteous, really, in the eyes of the Lord. You got to have righteousness that's born from the Lord. It's potency, transcendental potency. Oh, look what we have here. A talking head. There we are, another time. Yes. Freddie. Let's see if Freddie's thing is working today. Hi, Freddie.
Hi, Gurudev. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I hear you.
Okay.
You have a microphone today, or is it just straight from the thing?
I think the microphone and the video works. Yeah, works perfectly
Yeah,
now.
yeah. There's a little popping. Sometimes there's a little popping. Yeah, well, anyway, that's okay. It's better than it was before. Just a little popping. Popping from the microphone. Sometimes you need something over it. Yeah. So, yeah, how you doing today, Freddie?
I'm doing good. It's less hot than yesterday. Yesterday it was 104 Celsius. Oh no, Fahrenheit. Today it's maybe 80. So I'm not used to that heat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the demons. They're actually doing weather stuff now. That's part of the thing. See the demigods, they're the better ones. See, they're in the mode of goodness. They'll just if there's a lot of good stuff being done on this planet, they make everything nice, and good. They make it all good, right? But the demons have gotten in the act now with technology. They double our misery. So it's not just the demigods, dispersing. Like there's sometimes a few tornadoes here and there, and and things like that, because we're not all that pious. But there's everything is kind of more or less misery. But now the misery is done. So the demigods do their thing, and the demons also. So it doubles the unhappiness, and the demons are are doing artificially because they do this. Because they have technology and weather, they have weather weapons now, and weather, they can seed clouds and things like that. But anyway, this is all authorized according on the when you look at the broader spectrum, it's all under the part of the pastimes of the Lord. So read us. What do you got in front of you? What book?
Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yeah. Okay. You have all versions there. I mean, all books.
Yeah, I have all the books of CC.
Okay. Well, great. Yeah. Why don't you read us? What do you want to read in there? Do you have any desire to read something?
Well, this Madhya Lila, the talk between Lord Ramananda Roy and Lord Caitanya,
All
I
right. Go
always
ahead.
like very much.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Continue on with that.
So I just continue where I left off.
Yeah.
So all glories to our Gurudev and the wonderful Sangha members, Srila Prabhupada, the Guru Parampara, Bhakti Siddhanta, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhakti Vinod, and to the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, Srila Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das, and Raghunath Bhatta, who are truly pure Nitya Siddhas and bring this wonderful bhakti to this planet. Beloved Srila Gora Harida Ki Jai.
Yeah. So I'm just walking around doing the stretching and exercising. So I'm around
Okay.
listening.
So we are continuing from Madhya Lila, chapter 8, Chaitanya Charitamrita, verse number 69. At this point, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "This is all right, but still you can speak more on the subject." Ramananda Roy replied, "Ecstatic love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the essence of all perfection." Ramananda Roy continued, "As long as there is hunger and thirst within the stomach, varieties of food and drink make one feel very happy. Similarly, when the Lord is worshipped with pure love, the various activities performed in the course of that worship awaken transcendental bliss in the heart of the devotee.
See,
Your devotional service."
see, this is a standard. It's right there. You know, when you can look, can you relate to that? When you're doing devotional service, does transcendental bliss awaken in your heart? See, pure devotional love of God is the essence of all perfection. See, this is the narrative now. This is the standard. This is the real. This clarifies everything. This makes everything in the proper vision. Otherwise, people don't understand what is the standard. What is real devotion? What is important to God? See, Veda Vyas was teaching the rules and regulations and stuff like that, and then he was unhappy in his heart. And Narada Muni says, "Well, the Lord." Make more this clear, about the wonderful nature of devotion, and that standard, and then your heart will be happy. See, that's why the devotees ultimately will move on from Vaidhi Bhakti, because you want more happiness. You want more closeness, just naturally. That's why people get close to Maya. It's just external. Well, you do this with God, and we become liberated. You do this by being in an association of devotees who are close to the Lord. Is where see, that's the place where you move deeper into this. Yeah. Go ahead, Derek Frenny.
Your devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be even by pious activities in hundreds and thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price, that is intense greed, to obtain it. If it
Okay,
is
now
available
this.
somewhere,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
if it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay.
So what is that greed? Where is it? So he's saying, where is that greed? So it, he's given a hint. It's in persons. It's in rare persons. That's where you'll attain that greed. You got to see Raganuga Bhakti is you see a devotee who is very greedy in their relationship and worshiping Krishna on the level of greed. No other reason, but just greedy for more intimacy with the Lord. That's where it's available. And this is the narrative that people need to have in our Krishna consciousness standard is this standard. If it's available somewhere and it's here available, one should purchase it at any cost, even the cost of your chiding of your family and your friends and your teachers and your gurus and your, those, if they're saying, don't go to where that greed is, you shouldn't listen to them. This is the real teaching. This is the real standard. You follow this standard, you will get flowers from the demigods coming over, showering that you passed that test. This is Bali Maharaj did that. He gave up his own guru because of greed to serve Vamanadev. Thus, see, Shuddha Bhakti. See? Otherwise, if he would have listened to his guru, you better not disobey me. You better not go to Vamanadev. You better not serve Vamanadev. Otherwise, I'll curse you. You'll lose everything. All material happiness will all be taken away from you. No, I still, whoa, how many times do I get an opportunity like this? He could see it. He said, oh, yeah, no, I'm going for Vamanadev. Yeah, take away everything. No problem. See, intent that kind of greed. That's the kind of people come here. You notice, and if you don't, end up being greedy for something lesser, then you end up leaving. See? But if you really want truth, and you're really greedy for truth, this is the place to be. See, there's only one price for that. And you see how you're tested. People will tell you, "Oh, what are you doing over there?" Yeah. Test you like, well, yeah. Are you really? They're not greedy enough. They don't. This is not a thing for them. They don't care about this, but you do. See, intense greed for it. Get you over everything. Go ahead, Freddie.
Hearing up to the point of spontaneous love, the Lord said, "This is all right, but if you know more, please tell me." In reply, Ramananda Roy said, "Spontaneous loving service in servitude as exchanged by master and servant is the highest perfection."
Actually, that verse you just read before that is related to the previous one, which was, want to read the previous one before that?
Pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activities
No.
in hundreds.
The one before, the verses before that.
Ramananda Roy continued, as long as there is hunger and thirst within the stomach.
Oh, I'm
Right.
sorry. One more before that too. One more before that.
At this point, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "This is all right, but still you can speak more on the
One more
subject."
before that. One more before that. I may do that a few times until I get the right verse. Keep going. One more before that.
Ramananda Roy continued, Lord Rama said, "My dear Lord, those devotees who have thrown away the impersonal conception of the absolute truth and have therefore abandoned discussing empiric philosophical truths should hear from self-realized devotees about your holy name, form, pastimes, and qualities."
Okay, stop
They
there.
should
Stop there. I already went through what I didn't want that other part of the verse. Okay, and the reason why. This is where you get to this greed thing. This is where devotees are mainly. This part here. If you want that greed, you got to see. Raganuga Bhakti starts with seeing devotees. That's why we're showing. See? Seeing devotees in their intimate relationship with the Lord and how beautiful that is. If it looks beautiful to you, might not. A lot of people, they react differently. Ooh, crying. Ooh, I don't like crying. I'm big suppressed, they don't even know they got feelings a lot of times. And they've been suppressed and all that stuff. Ooh, that looks, ooh. Anyway, but not everybody's like that. See? But if you see devotees and you think, wow, that looks really great. I'd like to also worship like that. Ooh, I like to even hear, get these remnants from these devotees who are worshiping like this. I like their realizations and their understanding and the knowledge that they have from their intimate ecstatic devotion. See? So this greed starts like that. But if you don't have the opportunity, then it's not available. That's why if it's available somewhere, you should go there. Well, this greed is available to those who throw away, abandon your speculations. You cannot taste transcendental mellows by speculations. Okay? It comes by tasting these verses, because you've thrown away that speculation either in this life by hearing from a self-realized soul, like the verse says. Okay? You've thrown it away, or you've done it previously, and then you come here and you see the verse without speculation, because your true love of God awakens. See, that's why you're going to be like that, you guys here, and gals. You're going to be like that if you come here again. You won't have to necessarily, it'd be nice to have a living devotee, but they are very rare. And there might be some around, but maybe they're not preaching. But if you come across these scriptures, even a Bible verses and stuff, or especially the Vedas, boom, the Lord awakens in you like a sleeping giant. And boom, now you're connected again. See? Because from this other life, you don't speculate, man. You just see the verses as they are and you take them as they are. Okay? Because of your actual previous experience. You've done that. You've done what people are doing here. See? So that's why here you come to that point of ecstatic attraction. And that's what you teach others. Oh, come, the path of Raganuga Bhakti is available. Listen to the narrative. Actually, there's a person that's actually a Raganuga Bhakta, an actual spontaneous devotee. Just come hear from him. Abandon all your speculations, and that'll happen naturally, because you'll see you're outdone, outshined, out-truth, out-ecstasied from being around that person. And it's very easy. Oh yeah, I see. Oh, that stuff didn't make me happy. All that bullshit I believed in, even my own speculations I believed in, didn't bring me to the point of understanding these things. See, this is what Chaitanya Charitamrita is teaching. This is the new narrative. This is the New Testament for Vaishnavism, is what's in Chaitanya Leela, postgraduate. Very simple to understand when you hear it preached properly. Oh, really? This is the path? All I need to do? This is where most Vaishnavas are right now. They need to hear from an experienced devotee, relishing mellows that they can see and depend on and be clear about and be confident in, to complete this, so that they can become those kind of devotees and relish mellows. We're already doing it. We got many examples here. This part of the path is so important. It's pivotal in the lives. If devotees in the Vaidhi level, in these big groups or small groups, if they want to advance to mellows, either you're tasting these mellows or not. If you're not tasting transcendental mellows and have the ecstasy because of it, then you need to have more shiksha. No, Ritvik thing isn't going to do it, because look at you. You're still hard-hearted. You're not realizing that. Or living gurus, they're not doing it, because where are the mellows? Where's the ecstasy? Where's the ecstatic thing? They also need this. Everybody needs this if you want the highest thing. If you come here, you'll get the greed. Why wouldn't you become greedy when you find real wealth? Could you imagine? You go and you're sitting in a rich man's house, and a rich man comes out with a bag of gold and puts it right on the table in front of you. He says, put your hand in that bag. Wow, look at this. I got real wealth. Yeah, here you go, man. This is for you. This Krishna consciousness, this is the real wealth. Mellows, transcendental mellows. That's what you can get here. Real wealth. But you don't know that, do you? You big gurus out there, you big followers, you don't know the real wealth is right here. The real wealth is tasting the verses that the Lord tasted, is ecstatically worshiping the Hare Krishna mantra like he did and like we do, many of us, right? They don't know this. Why? It's not clear. See, you need a voice behind these things, right? You're not seeing it in the guys right there in the books, what the real standard is, and you don't know it because you need the voice behind it, man. You need to have an impression made because the book didn't quite do it for you. This preaching will make the impression. Drive these points deep. What is really conclusive? So you can find the real path, or at least somebody in your following, or some followers, or maybe some leaders can see how important this is. If Krishna is really important to you, do you want to know Krishna? Only through tasting these verses like we do, tasting these names, can you understand Krishna. Otherwise, you're understanding diddly squat. You're just a tumultuous croaking like frogs. Wah, wah, wah. Just like a goldfish you're in the jar with the water, looking out. Okay? Come here, we'll throw you in the bowl, in the water. So that's the bottom line. I mean, this is so important. If people would understand that this is Krishna consciousness, is the reason the Lord came here was to taste transcendental mellows. Sorry, Freddie, I'm hugging the show, but it's kind of important. Is to taste transcendental mellows and distribute to others, and that's our work now. Taste transcendental mellows, distribute to others, convince them that this is the right narrative to follow now, the real inner teachings of Chaitanya Leela. Because even the Bhagavatam, there's a little bit more harder to attain. You need that mercy in the revelation of Lord Chaitanya, that special mercy. And then you'll get that mercy of the Bhagavatam. You'll start to like the Bhagavatam. You'll like Gita. You'll like all these books. You'll love them, actually. You'll realize, oh, this is my lovable object in the form of a book. Yeah. This is my lovable object in the form of a real devotee. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is not my really lovable. See, people think, oh, Gurudev out there. Oh, Gurudev, I love you. I love you. Is it really a lovable object of the real standard? Do you really love? I mean, I can't say I love Radhanath. I don't feel it, but I could say I feel more love for Shama, for devotees here, because they have Krishna inside them, and expressing, coming out, peeking out more. See, this is it. Loving Krishna, seeing Krishna everywhere. See, love. It's all about that. Okay. Go ahead, Freddie. Read on. You can start from that verse too. And just
After hearing this, the Lord, as usual, rejected it, considering it to be external devotional service. He again asked Ramananda Roy to speak further, and Ramananda Roy replied, pure devotional service without any touch of speculative knowledge is the essence of perfection.
Are you talking about Freddie's there, River? His sound is not clear. Yeah. Is it just, you hear just like the, where the microphone is? Huh?
It's crackling.
Popping?
It's crackling. It's crackling and popping. You've got to really concentrate on what Freddie is saying.
Yeah, maybe if you can put a cloth a little bit where the microphone is. Is it on the bottom or the top?
Okay, I see. Yeah, the settings. When sometimes I just pop out of the stream and then I come in and then I see my settings automatically back to default. So I just have to set them again properly.
All right, try that.
Yeah, yeah, they have to be good now. The video's camera 2 and 1 facing front. Yeah. Is it better now? River, can you hear me?
No, it's
Is it
still
still
popping.
cracking?
Yeah, still cracking. As I said, if you put a like a little cloth over the microphone area, if you can do that, then it may stop it. That's why they put little things on top of microphones. Yeah,
Or I
yeah, I don't
have to
know.
take the
You
headset.
know, another thing you can do is sometimes if you, I don't know. Yeah, do you have a cell phone, Freddie, or you just use your
No, I
tablet?
only use tablets. I have 2 tablets.
You don't have cell phone,
No,
really?
really. I can call with the tablet too.
You can call on the tablet also. Yeah. Well, if you ever do get a cell phone, your problem will be solved.
Probably.
Johan has the same problem, I think. You know. We might start. I might start doing some Zooms. Maybe get some Zoom. See, now I can do the Zoom here. I got the power to do it. I already paid for it too. I paid $100 for the Zoom, so I should probably use it. Yeah, yeah. Well, so I think we'll end it here. It's already getting a little bit late. Um, let's try it again there, Freddie. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see the settings now. Yeah, it
I
always
think
goes.
you might have. I think you might have fixed it. Let's see. Just say something.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
No,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
no, it's still popping.
Let's see, wait, I'm going to the settings again. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Well, that's all I can do.
Yeah. Well, it's not working. Anyway, it's getting a little bit late now. Let's try. You can try again another time. Seems
Yeah.
like it's gradually getting worked out here. All right. So thank you very much for coming, everybody. Oh, Freddie, you want to say anything before we go? Give us a word, Freddie.
Give us a word. But the word is going cracking all the time. So
It's all right.
I
It's
don't know
better.
if you can hear me clearly. Is it good?
Yeah, good enough.
Good enough. Okay. Well, it's a wonderful place to be every day in Sadhu Sangha, coming and hearing to the transcendental sound vibration of Guru and the devotees, and it's really nice to see how all the devotees are making progress in this Sangha, and how we all go through our individual purification. So yeah, we see just different levels, different characters in this Sangha, and yeah, and the more you come here, yeah, you feel that you belong to a wonderful spiritual family. So this is a family we will go back to. I to Godet, back to Goloka Vrindavan, and yeah, there we will have all our place in the spiritual world, in our direct rasa with Krishna, or with even more rasas with Krishna. And you can feel the awakening more and more, and the purification more and more. Everything clears up more and more every day. So the power of listening to a real representative of Krishna is really powerful. That's the key of success in devotional service, and that's what I've been feeling the last 5 years. If you listen to conclusive preaching about the highest truth of the mellows of Vrindavan, heard from an ecstatic devotee, then so many things are happening in your life. So many things are happening in your consciousness. So many things, dark things, are coming out of you, and that is a really amazing process. To feel it, to see it, and and even to observe it as a neutral observer. So yeah, it's a wonderful process, and of course the fire of purification is not always it's not always nice to feel, but it's part of the show. The false ego can be very stubborn and believing in false ideas, or in speculation, or you become attracted to things you are not supposed to be attracted. So that is all part of the false ego, of the ahankara. And of course we've been here for millions of lifetimes. So all these impressions from previous lifetimes, they are in subtle in the mind. All these vrittis of the mind, they are there, and it all has to be ironed out. So that the guru is ironing everything out of the mind. So the hot iron from the truth spoken by guru, it gets all out of the mind what isn't supposed to be there. And when the mind is purified and the heart is purified, then how you explained bringing Krishna to Radhe in the heart, then you have the communion with the divine couple, and
Hmm.
then bhakti just starts to blossom more and more. Each time you go deeper into these confidential topics, and that's what this process is so wonderful about. And coming to sadhu sangha, you hear every day the fresh news from the Goloka press, and you just sit on your butt, you turn on the camera, and you just enjoy the show. You just enjoy the show, and that's so nice. Um, every day, and because of the time shift in different countries, America, Belgium, or Europe, Mexico. So many devotees can see more or less 24 hours a day to our sangha.
Yeah.
So it's a 24/7 preaching, 365 a day. So everybody in the world has the opportunity to follow these wonderful classes and to benefit from it, get purified, and of course get the present of prema bhakti by this mission of Lord Caitanya, and the Chaitanya tree, all these branches and sub branches, and we are just one of these many of these sub branches, which is here to revive this spontaneous worship again. So uh, that's so wonderful to be here with all the devotees and our beloved Guru, Srila Gaura Haridas.
Wow, that was so nicely explained. That's amazing. Wow, that's great. Thank you for that. See, we need more of that input from the devotees because what you say. Everybody makes a difference. It really adds light and dimension and variety to what we're doing. It's so great. Even somebody mentioned that variety. Yeah, yeah, variety and dimension to how, especially how it's impacting on you personally. This needs to be, sharing it. It really helps others too. Yeah, that was great, really great. Um, yeah, had some things I wanted to say, but I didn't want to interrupt him. I forgot what it was. So, okay, next time I'm going to write these things down. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was so well said. Really, really nice. Really good. Okay, my friends, I think we'll call it a day then, and we'll see you later on today. Thanks, Freddie, for coming on.
Yes, I thought let's say something to the trees.
Yeah. Good. Try it to the tree. Yeah, that's better than the trees. Yeah.